Coming to you live from the White Picket Studios in Houston, Texas, this is the Realty Ruckus. If you are in any way, shape, or form involved in the real estate industry, this is the show for you. And now, your host, Alan Hernandez.
Good afternoon and welcome to the Realty Ruckus out of the White Picket Realty Studios here in Houston, Texas. I am your host, Alan Hernandez. Sitting next to me, Gibran Hernandez and David Bonilla here to help you grow your real estate business. Now, before we get started, because we have a really great show.
They're all good.
They're all good, but this one's especially better than all the others in my opinion. One, we're approaching our 100th episode here pretty soon.
Yes, we are.
We're getting really close to getting. What episode is this? Does this say what
episode 94?
This is episode 94. So in 6 more episodes,
for our
literally be
Spanish audience, it's episode 94.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Our Spanish audience really needed to hear that
because the rest of the show's not translated.
So we want to let you guys know that if you follow us, that we're going to be celebrating our 100th episode at a very special bar nearby, to be determined at this point. And you guys are welcome to join us live. Come hang out. Come talk to us. Literally, we're going to have a live show, right? Is that how that's going to work?
It's going to be live.
Anyway, we have 2 more weeks till the end of school starts. And guess what happens at the end of school?
Summertime?
School
yes.
ends?
Besides the summertime. Thank you very much, genius. No, it's like the feeding frenzy, man. Like everyone starts going out there and ready to put offers, ready to start buying, and you get your sellers who are really interested in getting top dollar for their properties.
You're talking about what happens in real estate.
What happened? Oh yeah, because this is a real estate show at the end of the day. But I will tell you guys, it's really cool because at the end of the year, like if you have small young kids, maybe you don't know this yet, but you're around the corner from this, and you're getting ready to have a second kid.
Yep. Another one
so you guys will get the full effect of this here pretty soon. Your kids are still too young for school.
Yeah.
So at the end of the school year, it's kind of cool because the kids start doing their end of the school presentations.
Yeah.
Right. So today at 6 p.m. I'll be going to the end of school ordeal.
And that's like the proudest moment for a parent, I imagine.
It's awesome because you get a chance to go out and you watch your kids do their little dances and whatnot, this kind of thing.
Yeah.
And tomorrow is Eliana. Eliana is my 3-year-old. And for our audience who doesn't know, and so tomorrow is her ballet recital.
Is that at school or is that a special ballet class?
No. So the school that we have her in offers extracurricular activities after school, and one of the classes that they offer. That's
pretty awesome.
Yeah, it's really nice, man. This school is amazing. So they offer ballet. Now, mind you, she's 3 years old, right? So
it's got to be the cutest thing
imagine
ever.
a 3-year-old who's like, "Hey, Dad, can you come to my ballet recital?" So I'm like, "Yeah, I'll come if you can show me what your dance is going to be."
Oh, God, what a tough parent. I'll go, but only if you show me what you got.
I got to make sure it's good for us.
I just want to see the dance first, man.
And I'm not going to be proud of it.
I want to see the dance. I want to get like a little preview of it, man. But it's hilarious because she's 3 years old and she's like, "No, Dad, I can't show you. It's a secret." And I'm like, What do you mean? What do you mean it's a secret? I want to see this dance before I go out to the school." And no, you got to come to the school because it's a secret, and I'm going to show you how we dance ballet. So I love it, man. I'm excited. So tomorrow I'll be at the ballet recital for my 3-year-old.
That's awesome.
Today I'll be at the end of school.
What's your son doing for the end of the school year?
They do like a little dance and they sing a couple of songs.
Yeah.
And he's in first grade. So he's all excited because he's gonna be singing with the pre-kindergartners.
Okay.
Which, mind you, he's 6 years old.
How did he get stuck with the pre-K?
No. So like the whole first grade class gets to sing with the pre-K kids.
Oh, got it. Okay.
So I asked him. I was like, "Hey, what's this about you singing with the kindergartners?" Just to see what he'd say. And he's like, "Well, they're so cute. We just wanna hang out with them." So I'm like, "All right."
That's hilarious.
That sounds awesome. We have a great show planned out for you guys today. Make sure that you guys stay tuned. We have to take a quick commercial break. When we get back, we're going to talk about what everyone wants to talk about. We're going to talk about hateful marketing.
Dun, dun, dun.
Dun, dun, dun. We'll be right back. You're on the Realty Ruckus. Stay tuned.
Hey everyone, this is David over at White Picket Realty, and I wanted to tell you about my friends over at Plans Express who can save you the headache of running your own permits. These guys are committed to offering a one-stop solution for all your plan and permit needs. They're proudly serving their friends and neighbors in the Houston surrounding areas, and they offer great service and an exceptional value. with dedicated professionals ready to serve. Contact them today at 832-675-6217.
Hey Houston, this is Alan Hernandez, and I want to remind you guys to visit our friends over at Quest IRA to learn everything there is to learn about investing with your IRA. Now, if you haven't been over there recently, you have to check them out. They have free educational classes, networking opportunities, the ability to tap into $1 billion for your real estate investing deals. These are the guys to know when it comes to learning about this kind of stuff. You want to make sure you visit them and check them out over at www.questira.com. Again, that's questira.com.
Stop searching and start staying in the know with our Houston Real Estate Events page on Facebook. Follow us by searching at Houston Real Estate Events to stay up to date on the latest events for real estate in the Houston area. If you're interested in having your event on our page, please email me at david@whitepicketrealty.com. Again, that's david@whitepicketrealty.com. Non-paid events only. One more time, find us on Facebook at Houston Real Estate Events, and we'll see y'all at the next one.
What do you love about White Picket?
I love that we work together as a team.
I love being professional while having fun.
I love the innovative approach we take every day.
I love the support we get to grow our business.
We love White Picket.
And I love empowering the next generation of realtors to live life by their own design. If you're looking to grow, come grow with us. Email join@teamwpr.com. Again, that's join@teamwpr.com.
And we are back on Realty Ruckus. Remember that you can live tweet us at Realty Ruckus. You can also find us live on Facebook and YouTube, where if you chat with us live during the show, we can answer your questions on the air. Now, David, pretty decent out there. What's the weather look like this week?
No, not decent. We got highs in the mid 80s through the rest of the week and lows in the mid 70s. We are expecting some thunderstorms, mainly in the mornings on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. And then heading into the weekend, of course, it's going to be a little bit sunnier, not as much rain. And of course, Ashley's going to be very happy when he comes in on Thursday that he gets to report that.
Yeah, he'll bring the sunshine according to him. Anyway, guys, all right, so one of the things that we've been wanting to talk about on this show, and I did give a quick little preview about it on my Facebook page in case you do follow me on Facebook. We were talking about negative/hateful marketing. Now, this is something that happens in every industry.
Yeah.
It happens in every business out there. Anyone who's on Yelp, anyone who's on Google, anyone who's on any sort of review site, period, except the ones that you pay for, like Better Business Bureau, right? Then every once in a while, there's the opportunity for one of your competitors or anyone out there who's just not feeling themselves that day to go in there and maybe say some not so cool things about the way that you do business.
What's so funny, man, because I met a restaurant owner one time, and I asked him why he wasn't on Yelp. Of course, he was an older guy, and he didn't want to get on Yelp.
Yeah.
But he was absolutely terrified because another friend of his who owned a restaurant got a bad review from somebody who just went in there and just wasn't, like you said, was not having a good day.
Yeah.
They gave the worst review ever, and he said that his business tanked after
Plummeted.
that. Yeah.
I believe it.
And so this guy was freaked out. He's like, I don't even want to be on Yelp. I don't even want to claim the listing. I don't want it. I don't want that for my business.
Yeah. You know, I think back to like the time when we first started White Picket Realty.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you remember this or not, but at one point we had a random stranger go in and leave us a really horrible review.
Yeah, it was a really weird one too. It was like accusing us of like kidnapping.
Yeah, it was a really bad review, right?
Yeah.
And we were like, man, who is this person and why do they do that? And you know, we continued to try to find out who they were, and we never found out who exactly it was, but eventually that review disappeared, and we still can't figure out how it actually happened. But it's really difficult once you actually get a review online. Once you actually have someone review you online, it's very difficult to go to the website where it's posted per se, and for example Google or Yelp, and say, hey, this is a fraudulent review, I need you to remove.
Oh, it's almost impossible.
It is almost impossible.
I've seen people be like, oh, if enough people complain about it, then Google will take it down, and that's just not true. Google has
not true at all.
One policy in place to take down bad reviews. Show me the lawsuit.
Yep.
Show me where the judge has ordered that review be taken down.
Wow.
And we'll take it down.
Yeah.
Really?
And basically that's
strict
what it
about
comes down
that.
to. Like if you have a review on your page, on your Google page or Yelp, and you want them to remove it, and they're ignoring you or not doing anything about it.
Yeah.
It basically comes down to you filing a lawsuit, which gets a little bit expensive because you have to find that person, chase them down, get all that organized, right?
It's just time, man. It's so much time lost going into a lawsuit.
Yeah.
It's almost not even worth it sometimes.
It's almost not worth it as long as it's not one that's going to be devastating to your business.
That's going to destroy you,
right?
Yeah.
So we had one recently that was really interesting, and we still can't figure out the whole ins and outs of it.
I know our viewers are very interested in
Our
hearing
viewers
about this.
have been dying to hear about this, and I can't wait to tell you guys, because the cool thing about all this is that it's all public information. So if you guys were to go on our webpage or type White Picket Realty on Google, you'd get a chance to see our reviews.
And if you do, you can give us a 5-star review while you're there.
Yeah, there you go. Shameless plug.
If you want to, while you're there.
While you're there, since you're there anyway, right?
Why not? Yeah.
If you click on most recent, you'll see that about a month ago, we had what looks to be a local real estate agent / broker.
Yeah.
Very successful
Yes.
company.
Yeah.
Now, here's what drives me crazy about this that I can't quite pinpoint and figure out.
Okay.
This company or this team that this gentleman runs closes over 500 transactions a year.
Which is phenomenal.
He is more busy doing that than he can probably ever do anything else besides that. Or at this point he probably doesn't even work inside the business. He probably works outside of the business. His entire team probably more than likely runs the entire operation with his name on it. So I wonder at what point or how real can something like this be? And there's two sides of the coin.
Yeah, of course.
So side A to the coin is he had a bad day, a few drinks, went on Google
And just went on a
looked up real estate brokerages on Google, and anyone that he didn't like was like 1 star, 1 star, 1 star, 1 star, 1 star, right down the whole thing.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you, there's some really great names on here, and in a way, I'm kind of glad we made it on the shit list.
Well, we weren't. So we weren't the only victims for our listeners out there.
No.
He went and shat like on 5 other brokerages.
Okay,
left
so
1-star reviews.
5. There's a whole lot more than that. There's 27 ratings. Now, the ones that got 5 stars are Catholic Charities, Children's Charity, and that one kind of those kind of throw me off because I wonder.
No, he even gave one of the charities 4 stars.
Oh, one of the charities. Oh,
Yeah.
wait, Catholic Charities got 4 stars.
That's when his buzz started to hit him. He did the charities reviews first.
This is like after 4 beers.
And then he got a buzz and was like, that one only deserves 4 stars. And then he looked up
5th beer
Realm.
comes on, and now you got Realm Properties. You got Nan and Company. These are great companies. Roger Martin Properties. You got Sotheby's International, Houston Properties in Briar Hollow, Century 21 Olympian, Stephen Williams. Great people. Century 21, the real estate group.
I love how
That's my friend
Century
Monica
21,
Baca.
the real estate group, got 2 stars. Not
Oh yeah.
one.
Oh, I told her that too.
Yeah.
I sent her a message. I was like, "Hey, how
She's
come
not
you got
the
2
worst of the
stars? How come
worst."
you got 2 stars and I got 1 star? What did you do right and what did I do wrong?" You got Realty Associates, Kruger Real Estate, Wycart Realtors, Better Homes and Gardens, Houston
he
Prime
went off.
Realty, you VIP Realty, Redfin, ULR, Century 21. I mean, the list goes on and on and on who I guess he was not happy with. So that's side A of the coin, right? Like maybe he just had a few too many drinks and just disliked everyone and was like, you know what? If I go and just like give everyone a 1 star, maybe I'll do better that way.
Right.
And I wonder what people really think about when they do this, because I know that this is a real marketing strategy for some people.
Yeah.
I know that if they see that if they can bring someone else down,
Yeah.
that maybe they'll do better.
Yeah, isn't that crazy? Their marketing strategy is to bring everyone else down instead of trying to lift themselves up.
Yeah.
Kind of backwards ass sense is that.
Exactly. Anyways, we'll do the other side of the coin, side B of the coin, when we get back. We're going to take a quick commercial break. You're on the Realty Ruckus. Stay tuned.
Hey everyone, this is David over at White Picket Realty, and I wanted to tell you about my friends over at Plans Express who can save you the headache of running your own permits. These guys are committed to offering a one-stop solution for all your plan and permit needs. They're proudly serving their friends and neighbors in the Houston surrounding areas, and they offer great service and an exceptional value. With dedicated professionals ready to serve, contact them today at 832-675-6217.
Hey Houston, this is Alan Hernandez, and I want to remind you guys to visit our friends over at Quest IRA to learn everything there is to learn about investing with your IRA. Now, if you haven't been over there recently, you have to check them out. They have free educational classes, networking opportunities, the ability to tap into $1 billion for your real estate investing deals. These are the guys to know when it comes to learning about this kind of stuff. You want to make sure you visit them and check them out over at www.questira.com. Again, that's questira.com.
Stop searching and start staying in the know with our Houston Real Estate Events page on Facebook. Follow us by searching at Houston Real Estate Events to stay up to date on the latest events for real estate in the Houston area. If you are interested in having your event on our page, please email me at david@whitepicketrealty.com. Again, that's david@whitepicketrealty.com. Non-paid events only. One more time, find us on Facebook at Houston Real Estate Events, and we'll see y'all at the next one.
What do you love about White Picket?
I love that we work together as a team.
I love being professional while having fun.
I love the innovative approach we take every day.
I love the support we get to grow our business.
We love White Picket.
And I love empowering the next generation of realtors to live life by their own design. If you're looking to grow, come grow with us. Email join@teamwpr.com. Again, that's join@teamwpr.com.
And we are back on Realty Ruckus. Remember that you can live tweet us at Realty Ruckus. You can also find us live on Facebook and YouTube, where if you chat with us live during the show, we can answer your questions live on the air. You can also just troll us a little bit and put whatever you want. Yeah, we actually enjoy that.
We appreciate your trolling, especially when you go out and do things like this and troll the entire city of Houston with your one-star reviews.
Yeah, from time to time, a little troll ain't a bad thing.
Exactly. At least we can have fun with this kind of stuff, right?
Yeah, absolutely, man.
So I wanted to talk about side B of the coin, and side B of the coin was, and just before I even get into that, I want everybody to know, and all the viewers out there that are watching this, because I got a lot of feedback that said, hey, don't let it bother you. Hey, you just keep going. You're doing a great job. And I appreciate that. And thank you guys very much for the support. I even had some people volunteer to reach out to him and talk to him. Great if you want to do it, but I just want everybody to know that I already did that. I already called or tried to call, got no answer, sent an email, hit him up on Facebook. I did what I could to let him know that this was happening. Yeah. Because I didn't. If this was not him, I didn't want him to be affected.
Yeah, you want to go to the source first. You did the right thing.
Right. Now, because I didn't get any return call, because I didn't get anything in an email back or anything, then of course I wanted to bring it up in our show, because if anyone else out there thinks that this is a strategy that works, I want to keep you from doing it. What will happen with something like this, when you create something like this, is it kind of snowballs out of control. I mean, really, we're not the type of people that will go out there and make a bigger deal out of this than it should. But there's that one person that will.
Yeah, so efficacy-wise, it's terrible. I don't think it's effective at all. I think, if anything, it brings you a lot of negative propaganda.
Yeah.
When some people would say negative propaganda is good propaganda, look at our president. But then you have... That's
a whole other story.
Yeah, it's a whole other story. We won't even get into that one today. But what you do want to look at is, don't be the person that brings your business up by trying to bring everyone else down.
Yeah.
That doesn't work. It just isn't effective.
Well, and here's the thing. What a lot of agents may not realize, and we're going to talk a lot about agents today, and at the end of the show, we'll throw out some tips for those people that are out there investing too, because we do have a lot of investors that watch our show.
Yeah, exactly.
So one of the things that people don't realize is that once you're serious in the business, once you've actually really been doing it for just a couple years, you start knowing everyone. And everyone knows you. So when you do something like this, let's just say that side A of the coin is true, and he really just had that day and was like, you know what, screw it, I'm just gonna tell everybody exactly what I think about them. Mm-hmm. It really doesn't help him in the perception of his peers, and it does close a lot of doors and potential opportunities as he tries to grow the business. Now, maybe he's content. Maybe he's closing 500 transactions plus a year, and he's like, screw it, I make enough money, I don't need anybody. Everyone else can just, boom, it is what it is. Now, side B of the coin is, there's the potential possibility that someone in the marketing team, a new guy, new kid, someone maybe hacked into his email and was like, you know what, I'm going to go do this. Maybe there's a disgruntled employee that says,
That's
you know what,
very true,
I'm
too.
going to go into this email
Gonna go make my
account,
boss look
and I'm
really
going to make him
bad.
look really, really bad amongst his peers, and I'm gonna approach all the people who have some say in the community and maybe some social media presence, because they're going to go out there and do something to I don't know, get back at him or something.
And what I'll say is that in that situation, he has the responsibility to come out and publicly say, I didn't say those things.
Yeah.
I'm sorry that this happened to everybody, but that wasn't me.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's it.
And here's the thing: it was done under. It looks for me from my research. It looks to me that it was done under his email. So it's very easy for him to go in there and just go ahead and rate everyone 5 stars. You know,
Yeah,
He
go
could
back and give
go in
everyone
there,
5
he could
stars.
go
At the
in
very
there,
least, remove
give
them.
everybody 5 stars. Well, he did remove all the negative comments, or somebody did. So originally there was some negative comments involved. We as you know as a team went in there and kind of gave our spiel on what we thought about him.
Just responded to it and said, hey, why'd you give us 1 star?
We've never
tell
even
us
done
tell us
business
what
with you.
we've done.
Yeah, exactly. and then after that, the negative comment got removed. So he obviously someone went in there and erased it. He has the opportunity to go in there and give everyone 5 stars to keep this from going any further than it should. So if it does get to him, if you guys get a chance to share it with him, hopefully you will share the show with him. Let him know. No hard feelings. Thanks a lot for giving us something to talk about today. And hey, every once in a while you make a mistake and you can fix it. That's not that big a deal. Now, something else that we want to talk about today are 5 lies that your real estate agent says.
And I went with the real dramatic music.
Super
for this
dramatic.
one. Super dramatic, because damn those lying realtors. Why would they do this? Why do they lie?
You know, here's the thing. There's a lot of sales strategy in real estate.
Yeah.
But what happens is when you're coming from another industry and you're not properly trained on ethics, or you're just maybe you're the type of agent who is just needing that paycheck really, really badly. You haven't sold or bought a house, or
maybe you
anything.
just don't know.
Or maybe you just flat out don't know. You might be tempted to say something that's not true necessarily, maybe like a little white lie.
Yeah, white lie never hurt nobody, right?
For the sake of getting the transaction done. So number one lie that, or one of the 5 lies that realtors say.
Now you got to remember, this is not our list. Let me give a little bit of
let's get some background here
before we get really blown up here. This is not our list. This list was put together by KHOU, and some of these things we agree with. Some of them we may not agree with. We're going to go through them, but we'll give you our opinion on them.
Yeah. So number 1 is the home is in fantastic shape.
I hear that all the time.
All the time. And here's the thing. There is the potential that a realtor who doesn't really know about renovation, rehabbing, or what the actual structure of the shape is may actually say that, not knowing whether it is or not.
Yeah,
right?
They might say that out of ignorance.
Yeah, to me, that's not really a lie. I mean, if somebody goes in and says, hey, the house appears to be in fantastic condition, that's not a lie.
No.
Appearances can lie. And
that's
you
what
don't
you get
know
an
that.
inspection for.
And that's why you want to encourage your buyers to get an inspector.
Yeah,
right? Exactly.
absolutely.
And
that's
maybe you follow up with that. Look, it looks like it's in fantastic shape, but I would recommend that you get an inspector.
Absolutely, yeah. And that, to me, that's not that really big of a white lie. I mean, if you go into a house and it looks pretty nice, that's just your opinion. This house looks great. This house looks like it's in good shape. It appears to have good bones. You just want to be very clear, always, as a realtor. Get an inspector.
Yeah.
Yes. I'm not an inspector.
Yeah.
I've got eyes just like you, and I walk a lot of houses, but a nice house looks like a nice house. Man, I've gone into new construction houses that are falling over.
Yep.
They appear to be good, and then you really get into
they look good, they smell fresh,
Yeah.
and you get the inspection done, and nothing was nailed together.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
They use wood glue for everything.
So yeah, don't blame your realtor. That's not their fault. They're just giving you their opinion visually on the property. And if you are a realtor, just remember, always advise your clients to get a third-party inspection.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the one way you can save yourself.
Number 2, you can afford to buy this home.
Ooh, that one to me, I've heard realtors say that, and that's pushing the line.
Yeah.
Because as a realtor, you don't have any place to tell people what they can and can't afford.
Yeah.
That's a loan officer's job.
That is a loan officer's job.
That's what a loan officer is trained in, is looking at someone, getting their W-2s, getting that paperwork, checking the credit, as a realtor, you haven't done that.
No.
Yeah.
And just because you think that your friend who is a doctor,
Well,
like,
and that's the
hey
case.
man,
That's-
come on,
that's
you
the
can
thing.
afford this house.
Yeah.
Come on,
Because most people, most agents are generally dealing with people that they know.
Yeah.
right? It's from their clients from their sphere of influence.
Yeah.
So they may have they may think that saying something like that is okay, but I think pressuring someone into buying a house that they can't afford can lead to some major problems later.
Yeah, well, you're definitely not going to get a referral from that person in
Yeah.
the future. That's one.
Well, and you know,
Yeah.
here's the thing. I've been in the situation where I've had a client who could only afford a certain amount and will go way outside of that amount to purchase something that I know they
Yeah.
cannot afford.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And so there's the other side of the
So
coin.
how do you
is-
bring the reins in without like?
Well, the other side of the coin is to be honest with them.
Yeah.
Hey, you realize that by doing this, you're going to be putting yourself in a very financially tight situation. Just letting them know, hey,
Yeah.
you can't afford this. If you make this decision, you're moving forward knowing that it's going to be pretty tough for you. You may have a really, really nice house, but you might have to eat ramen noodles.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
it's not even about saying you can't afford this. It's about saying, in your situation, this might be tight for you.
Mm-hmm.
And you really, in getting them to make the best opinion possible, you really want to make the best decision that's not going to put you in a financial bind.
Man, I just got a great idea for a blog post.
Yeah?
5 ways to fix ramen noodles if you bought too big of a house. That's great, man.
No joke.
Got them saved from college. I know.
I know a couple clients
Yeah.
who we can literally send that to right now. All right, the next one is I can't negotiate my own commission.
I can't negotiate my commission.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I'm not sure that that is a lie because I know that there's brokerages that are super I mean, we're one of those brokerages.
Mm-hmm.
We don't like our agents to do discount listings
Yeah.
unless it's part of one of our discount listing programs.
Yeah.
Yes.
But if you're
It has
just
to be a very specific client.
yeah, we don't
It meets a certain
allow
criteria.
our agents to do the tags on the side of their car that say the 1% realtor or anything
Yeah.
like that. So sometimes that is true.
Yeah.
That they can't negotiate their commission.
I guess the reason why they put this on here is because the client does ask. Like, there's a lot of clients that will sit down at the kitchen table.
Do you get it more from sellers or from buyers, or is it about equal from both?
You don't get it as much from buyers because
Okay.
generally
'Cause they're
the
not
public,
paying it,
generally
right?
the public knows that they're not really paying.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Right? But you do get it from sellers a lot.
Okay.
Hey, I have a buddy in the business who said he could list my house for 1%. And can you negotiate your price? And
Yeah.
what they're basically telling you is, I really like your presentation. I really want to hire you, but I think I can get your service for cheaper.
Yeah, I think I can get you a little bit cheaper.
Yeah. and so the question is, do you tell them I can't negotiate? Or is it I won't negotiate? Because the truth is
I like that better.
You can negotiate. You can always negotiate your pricing. Now,
Yeah.
whether your brokerage allows it or not, that's a totally different subject. You may be in a brokerage where
But it's not.
that's
It's not even one of
acceptable.
those. I like your strategy so much better because it's not about throwing your whole brokerage under the bus either.
No.
It's about just saying, look, I don't negotiate,
Yeah.
and this is the reason why.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because I provide a
The
valuable
value
service.
of my
Yeah.
service is 6% of your list price.
Yeah.
Well, and it could be more. I mean, we've had listings at 6.5%, 7%. Why not? And it's because it comes with some additional value-driven items that are going to be required by that seller.
Yeah. So I think the word to change there is can't, and just change that to I don't.
Yeah.
And just be real clear.
And hey, who's to say you can't negotiate more? Why does it have
That's
to be
true,
less?
yeah.
Right? All right, let's move on. Number 4. Now is
Hey,
a great...
That's a good answer. If somebody says, "Well, can you negotiate your commission?"
Yeah.
Well, sure. If you want to pay me more, I'm very happy to
Absolutely.
negotiate.
Yeah. This is where my fee starts.
Yeah,
It can
right?
go up from there.
Oh, this is the minimum. Did you want to pay me more?
Do you want to pay more? Okay. Well, let's have a negotiation.
Yeah, absolutely. Now is a great time to buy or sell this home.
Oh man, that one's tough.
That is tough.
That one's a tough one because
You can always spin the market in favor of buying or selling somehow,
yes,
Yeah.
you can.
in some way,
There-
and have truth behind
there's
it.
always pluses or minuses to why this is a good time or not a good time.
Yeah.
So it depends on what that client's maybe strategy is or what their goals are. I mean, an example of this is one that I recently had where we were going to list it in February. The market literally wasn't doing real well in this little section in February.
Yeah.
And we looked at it, and he was like, hey, should we list now? Or if we wait till the summer, are we going to do a little bit better? We ended up listing it in April, and we got about $30,000 more than what we would have potentially gotten in February.
Yeah, and see, that's as a realtor, this, in my opinion, is something that you do have an opinion on and that you can give a good opinion on, but you have to show facts to back it up.
Yeah.
So it's not just about saying, well, now's a good time to buy or now's a good time to sell. Because there are those agents, I mean, that they've been running that same ad for the last 20 years. It's like,
That's the only ad.
now is the time to buy. Now is the time to sell. Or like the infomercials that are like, have you thought about getting into real estate investing? Because now is the time.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, wait a minute. It's always a time in your eyes.
Yeah.
But when you can back it up with facts and say, look, like you did, your little pocket isn't doing really good.
Yeah.
I think that it might be doing good in a few months. As a real estate agent and broker, I feel, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like it is your duty to give that opinion.
Well, and you know, that's the thing. That's the difference when you're dealing with someone who's chasing a paycheck or helping a client.
Yeah.
So someone who's chasing a paycheck will always say, now is a great time to buy and sell.
Yeah.
That's what they're trained to do in order to get that transaction done right now.
Yeah.
Whereas if you're helping someone, you're literally giving them good advice on when would be the right time to do it and when it wouldn't. Anyway, let's go on to number 5. And this one I see all the time. I think we just saw it this morning when we submitted some offers. There are other offers on the table.
Okay, I have to ask about this
And we
one.
know dang well there's no other offers on this thing.
Is that unethical?
I think so.
Hell yeah, it is.
I think so.
Yes,
Yeah.
you're straight
And-
up lying.
And you should be punished for it
If
somehow.
you're lying, yes, it's unethical. But sometimes there really is other offers on the table.
There are other offers sometimes.
If there is, it's okay to say it.
Yeah.
But I think maybe like 80% of the time when you ask someone, chances are there isn't.
You know what? It's so funny because I get agents who call all the time and are like, oh, do you have something working on this property? And myself, I can't bring myself to say no, or I mean, I can't bring myself to say, yeah, I've got a bunch of stuff working if there's nothing working.
Yeah.
Like, I just,
they're going to know anyway when
to me.
it doesn't go pending in the next day or two.
Yeah, it just feels wrong to me.
Exactly. Anyway, you guys are on the Realty Ruckus. When we get back, we're going to go over 9 things you wish you knew before you got into real estate. So make sure you stay tuned.
Hey everyone, this is David over at Picket Realty, and I wanted to tell you about my friends over at Plans Express who can save you the headache of running your own permits. These guys are committed to offering a one-stop solution for all your plan and permit needs. They're proudly serving their friends and neighbors in the Houston surrounding areas, and they offer great service and an exceptional value. With dedicated professionals ready to serve, contact them today at 832-675-6217.
Hey Houston, this is Alan Hernandez, and I want to remind you guys to visit our friends over at Quest IRA to learn everything there is to learn about investing with your IRA. Now, if you haven't been over there recently, you have to check them out. They have free educational classes, networking opportunities, the ability to tap into $1 billion for your real estate investing deals. These are the guys to know when it comes to learning about this kind of stuff. You want to make sure you visit them and check them out over at www.questira.com. Again, that's questira.com.
Stop searching and start staying in the know with our Houston Real Estate Events page on Facebook. Follow us by searching at Houston Real Estate Events to stay up to date on the latest events for real estate in the Houston area. If you are interested in having your event on our page, please email me at david@whitepicketrealty.com. Again, that's david@whitepicketrealty.com. Non-paid events only. One more time, find us on Facebook at Houston Real Estate Events, and we'll see y'all at the next one.
What do you love about White Picket?
I love that we work together as a team.
I love being professional while having fun.
I love the innovative approach we take every day.
I love the support we get to grow our business.
We love White Picket.
And I love empowering the next generation of realtors to live life by their own design. If you're looking to grow, come grow with us. Email join@teamwpr.com. Again, that's join@teamwpr.com.
And we are back on Realty Ruckus. Remember that you can live tweet us at Realty Ruckus. You can also find us live on Facebook and YouTube, where if you chat with us live during the show, we can answer your questions live on the air. Now, we want to go ahead and jump into a new discussion here. We were just talking about the 5 lies that realtors say, and I know a bunch of our listeners out there were like, "God dang it, I don't say any of those lies."
Yeah.
Wait, we've had a great show so far. So we talked about hateful and negative marketing.
Yeah, we did.
We went into it on that and how we just ran into a potential troll. We don't know just yet, but maybe there's a potential troll out there. We talked about 5 lies that realtors say or like to say.
Yeah.
And maybe the truth behind some of those. And then now what we want to talk about are 9 things you wish you knew before you got into real estate.
Yeah, and we were reading this off of Inman, right? This is an article that somebody wrote. It's got the 9 things, and there's some that we agree with, and there's some that are a little iffy to us, right? So we're going to maybe debunk a few of these.
So we'd like to debunk some of these because I think, all right, so if you sign up for this subscription on Inman, I think it actually comes for free.
It comes with your HAR membership.
If you have a HAR membership, you can get it for free. Yeah.
So the thing about these articles, and the reason why we like them is because they're written for the realtor, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
But I got to tell you, I don't agree with all of them.
Of course not.
And I think a lot of them really kind of need the truth behind some of them. So this is one of those articles where we can say, hey, this is what we agree with and this is what we don't agree with. And we're talking from experience, not a writer that just writes for this website, which, I'm sure that's how this works. All right, so number 1 is it is really hard to get started. Now, what do you guys think the reality is behind that? Is it really hard for people out there? And by the way, we have a couple of viewers right now, including one of my high school friends, Iris, who is literally getting her license.
Wow, the author of this is actually somebody here out of Houston.
Is it?
With Intero.
Oh, look at that. Very cool.
I'll
Share
say
it with
this.
her.
You could say anything is really hard.
Yeah.
I mean, your first day at McDonald's is probably really hard.
Yeah.
If you want to put in the time and the effort, it won't be as hard.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be really hard, though, if you're trying to do this not as a real career, not as a real job. You're going to struggle.
Yeah.
And so, it is really hard to get started, but it's only really hard in the sense that anytime you start something new, it's going to be hard.
Yeah.
And you're going to have to put in a lot of time and a lot of effort up front. I mean, what do you think?
Yeah, I think there is some hurdles to get started.
Yeah.
But they're very basic hurdles. They're like for example, what she talks about are getting your headshots, your signs, your signposts, your writers.
How's that hard?
That's not difficult for me in any way. And
what she's saying is after buying all the headshots, the signs, the posts, the business cards, all that, after you spent all that, then for your first 6 months, more than likely you're not going to make anything.
So what she's really saying is it's expensive to get started.
Yeah, it's financially tough to get started. It would have been a better way to word it.
Yeah,
and that I can see.
Hard, in my opinion, I don't really think that's true because if you're going to do this, if you're going to jump into real estate, you know what you're getting yourself into. You know that you're going to have to go out and talk to a bunch of people.
Yeah.
And that's just part of the business. Either you love doing that or you don't. And what's hard about it is having to do it.
And again, I think anything that you do where you're leaving to become an independent contractor and you're no longer working for a salary, anything, you're going to have a financial struggle at first.
No doubt.
I mean, that's just the way it is.
I think if you're going to get into real estate now, you should have a couple of months, and I'm not talking about years. Like, when you talk about opening up a business, most of the time, you're talking about years of financial struggle.
Yeah, before you break
even, right? But when you're talking about just getting into real estate and being an agent, it's not that big a deal. If you have 3 to 4 months and you really want to give it your all, you're probably in good shape.
But you really have to give it your all.
And the one thing I will say that may help some find success before others is the brokerage or other realtors they align themselves with. Because a lot of times if you find somebody that's really good and already has a high level expertise, it's basically like, reading a book. You got all those years of experience without having to go through it.
Okay, so you guys know in the first week of May we hosted a happy hour for NARA.
Yeah, man,
right?
Fiesta week.
So Fiesta week. So I sent a text to all of the previous members. And I said, hey, why don't you come out and join us? It was a personal invitation from me to them. One of them, and I don't know who this person is, shot me back a text that said, well, how on earth is hanging out with all of you guys going to help my business? And I kind of wanted to hit the slap button. I kind of wanted to be like...
I heard that from a realtor the other day. He told me, I don't really go to networking events anymore because how is coming here to network with other realtors going to help me pick up a seller or another deal?
Uh-huh.
And I thought about it for a second. I was like, okay, off the,
if you look at
face value,
way,
it makes sense. But then I started thinking more deeply, and I was like, that doesn't make sense. It really doesn't. It can only help your business to connect with more people. The more connections, the more opportunities.
And I'll tell you how it's helped me, and maybe you guys can tell me if you've seen it a different way. But I love going to a networking event, knowing who in the room is closing 10 times more transactions than me, because there's always that guy or that gal, and having a conversation with them.
Yeah.
And understanding where they come from mentally, maybe how they operate their team, how they operate their business. And every once in a while, you get that little golden nugget. So in my opinion, that's where you get the most value.
Or how else are you gonna, buy and sell pocket listings?
Exactly.
I mean, a lot of homes are sold before they hit the MLS, and they aren't sold without the connection between different realtors.
Yeah.
So there's just another source of potential buy and sell, revenue that you're missing out on because you don't think it's important.
Absolutely right. Number 2 on here is part-time agents will never stand a chance against full-timers unless they are working with close family and friends. Now, in a way, I'm going to kind of agree with this. I don't think part-time agents in this industry do real well overall. There's really shouldn't be a part-time industry.
To me, you don't go to a part-time accountant to do your taxes.
No.
You don't hire a part-time attorney to go.
Some people do go to part-time tax preparers to get their taxes.
That is true. H&R Block, that's what they are. And people do go, never mind, I'm wrong, take it back. But they don't do a great job. I mean, I've never heard somebody go like, "Ooh, man, H&R Block, they really did a phenomenal job this year." And you don't go to a part-time attorney to get legal advice. No. You don't go to a part-time doctor when you're feeling sick. You're not like, "Oh man, my buddy is part-time."
Can you imagine?
Yeah, he only charges half of what a regular doctor charges because he's part-time. No, you would never trust that person. Why would you trust a part-time real estate agent?
Yep.
You really need to go into it full-time, give it everything you've got, and treat this like you would treat any other professional career.
Yeah, and because this author is based out of Houston, she actually says in our market there's 37,000 licensed realtors in the Houston Association alone.
That number grows every time.
Yep. And she said, however, only the top 5% make 6 figures plus.
Yeah.
And that's probably true. That's probably true. Now it's really easy to make a 6-figure income in this industry. It's relatively one of the easiest places, one of the easiest industries to make a 6-figure income. But you're right. Very few of the people in the industry actually make it. But I think that has a lot to do with the fact that probably 80% of those 37,000 people are part-timers. I really don't think, in my opinion, part-time should even be allowed.
I know so many people that have a license just because they have a license.
Yeah.
And that tells me something.
Yeah.
Getting a license is way too easy.
It's too easy. It's too easy.
It's too easy.
They'll do one transaction that year and have absolutely no clue what they're doing with it. It's just to help out a friend and make an extra, 10 grand or whatever.
Yeah.
So, all right, the next one, expect to live in, the next one was, if you go full time, expect to not have a full weekend off for at least 6 to 8 months. Now, here's the thing. If you did that, if every agent did that, there's no doubt they'd be on track to a 6-figure income.
Yeah.
There's absolutely no doubt. If every weekend for the first 8 months they were out doing something, holding open houses, door knocking, whatever it was. It doesn't even matter what's on the list. Just do something on the list. No doubt about it, 6-figure income. But the reality of that is that they never really do.
No, most agents try to find the easiest way to get things done.
Yeah, and the easiest thing for most agents is let me get some business cards and every once in a while talk about how I help people and maybe pass out a business card here and there. Yeah. And then at the end of the year wonder why you didn't make 6 figures.
And this the author is obviously probably a pretty successful realtor if this is her mindset.
Yeah.
Because to her, she's saying, "Hey, I'm not taking a weekend off until I'm freaking making it."
Yeah.
And so obviously that is why she made it.
And you know what? And that's the way you run a business, period. Yeah. If you're going to start a business, you have to be prepared to literally put in that kind of time frame into it.
Yeah, because
until the business gets going.
You're basically drowning until your head pops up above the water.
Exactly.
So you got to think of it that way. You're drowning.
Now, one thing I will say is, and I want to jump to the next one because we're getting short on time. I want to make sure we get through the list. But number 4 says, expect to live and die by your cell phone.
Yeah, and we just saw another video of agents complaining about that.
Yeah, and what's so funny to me is that in this article, that section when she's talking about it, she's like, "Oh man, people are going to call you at whatever hour that they want, and you're going to have to go show houses. And what's a holiday? What's a vacation? No, you're not going to get to have any experience or fun. You're going to be putting in listings." And everything I'm reading, it's telling me you're not planning.
No.
You're not really putting.
Well,
You're not planning or setting expectations.
You're not planning.
Exactly.
You're not setting the right expectations with your client. If your client knows that you're not going to respond after a certain hour, now your hour may be a little bit later than most people who clock out at 5.
Yes,
we get that.
typically.
But there is a reasonable time frame.
Yeah.
And if you're getting a call at 10 p.m., unless you have a closing at 8 a.m. in the morning, it's okay not to pick up that phone call. And it's okay to let your client know, hey, I will reach out to you in the morning because right now my time is for my kids, my family,
for your family time,
my personal time. It could be me time. It could be you mountain biking or whatever you like to do.
Yeah.
So I don't actually agree with this unless you're improperly set up. Now you can have an answering service to help you pick up phone calls late at night.
Yeah.
You can have an assistant who can help you on the weekends. There's a ton of ways to work around this. And I don't agree with the vacation thing either. If you take a vacation, you can take a vacation.
You just got to find somebody to think about it like a regular job. That's the thing. People forget that this is a job.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I'm independent now. It's not a job. And it's like, no.
I can only do everything by myself.
If you're going to go on vacation, find somebody. You work in an office. There's got to be a bunch of other realtors in that office.
Yeah.
Go be like, hey, I'm going to be gone for the next week or next 2 weeks or however long, and find a way to make it work.
Sure.
Can you take over my listings during that time? Can you, if I get a new listing, can I pay you to put it in? Come on, you're going to tell me that while she's on vacation in Jamaica, paying somebody $50 or $100, I can find agents all over the place that'll put in a listing for me for $50 to $100.
You can get your VA to put it in.
Exactly.
If you've planned enough.
Even if she doesn't
Another
have
good
a VA,
reason to network with realtors.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right, so the next one is no one will help you unless they are making money off of you. And she says, Broker Z has a great training program, but Broker Z takes the majority of your commissions on the first year and strangles you with desk fees.
Yeah.
So all right, so generally that's kind of true. There's been that setup, but I think the market is changing drastically right now. The market is changing in a way to where there is going to be new types of brokerages opening up. I mean, and I don't want to toot our own horn, but that's kind of the reason why we decided to go this route is to create a scenario where you could get the help, the support that you needed without being drowned in the way that typical brokerages work.
Yeah, and it's not. If people are willing to help you, this is a great example of what David was saying. Go out and network.
Yeah.
You want free help? Go talk to people.
Yeah.
You know how many people come up to me at networking events and start asking me, oh, what do you think about this flip? And what do you think about this? And this is my strategy. And I'm out there and we get into a conversation and that's free advice.
Mm-hmm.
So no, and I don't send, I wish I would send all those people invoices, but no, you don't send out invoices for stuff like that.
They get the best advice when you're hanging out.
Yeah, and you get it for free. So that you won't get any advice for free. You're just not networking enough. You're not out there meeting enough people.
You don't have the right connections, the right people who are there to support you. All right, the next one is you're going to work your tail off if you want to do it right. That's probably true.
100%.
No doubt about it. If you're not willing to work your tail off, don't come into the business. Yeah. Don't start a business. Don't go work for someone else and work a mediocre life. That's kind of the way that works. Either you work your tail off or you don't. Saving money for your commission checks for taxes is a total pain. Yeah, totally true.
Yes.
No doubt about it. That's a real pain
Taxes
in the butt.
are a pain, but
you have to
gotta do it.
Either be ready to hold back every time you get a paycheck or cut a big check at the end of the year. And it's never fun. It's never cute. So be ready for that. Deals fall apart all the time. That's number 8. It happens.
I disagree. I think that it happens, but it's not all the time. And if your deals are falling apart all the time, there's something that you're doing that's causing your deals to fall apart.
I love what she says. Your clients sometimes seem to be certifiably batshit crazy and do weird things. I have a couple of those, so I understand where she's coming from. And it's true, every once in a while, you do have a deal that maybe falls apart. But a lot of it can be overcome by proper communication. Yeah. And if you haven't properly communicated, there's no reason to go back and start doing that. Number 9, you just have to smile, grit your teeth, and continue to move forward.
That I do agree with that wholeheartedly, 100%.
We definitely agree
Put
with
your
that.
best foot forward, smile, and stick your nose out there and do it.
There you go. Hey, guys, you guys are on the Realty Ruckus. We have to take a quick commercial break. When we get back, we'll talk about Alan's tip of the day. Stay tuned.
Hey everyone, this is David over at Picket Realty, and I wanted to tell you about my friends over at Plans Express who can save you the headache of running your own permits. These guys are committed to offering a one-stop solution for all your plan and permit needs. They're proudly serving their friends and neighbors in the Houston surrounding areas, and they offer great service and an exceptional value. with dedicated professionals ready to serve. Contact them today at 832-675-6217.
Hey Houston, this is Alan Hernandez, and I want to remind you guys to visit our friends over at Quest IRA to learn everything there is to learn about investing with your IRA. Now, if you haven't been over there recently, you have to check them out. They have free educational classes, networking opportunities, the ability to tap into $1 billion for your real estate investing deals. These are the guys to know when it comes to learning about this kind of stuff. You want to make sure you visit them and check them out over at www.questira.com. Again, that's questira.com.
Stop searching and start staying in the know with our Houston Real Estate Events page on Facebook. Follow us by searching at Houston Real Estate Events to stay up to date on the latest events for real estate in the Houston area. If you are interested in having your event on our page, please email me at david@whitepickettrealty.com. Again, that's david@whitepickettrealty.com. Non-paid events only. One more time, find us on Facebook at Houston Real Estate Events, and we'll see y'all at the next one.
What do you love about White Picket?
I love that we work together as a team.
I love being professional while having fun.
I love the innovative approach we take every day.
I love the support we get to grow our business.
We love White Picket.
And I love empowering the next generation of realtors to live life by their own design. If you're looking to grow, come grow with us. Email join@teamwpr.com. Again, that's join@teamwpr.com.
And we are back on Realty Ruckus. Remember that you can live tweet us at Realty Ruckus. You can also find us live on Facebook and YouTube. If you chat with us live during the show, we can answer your questions live on the air. Now, we're coming into the end of our show here. And you just want to give a quick recap of everything that we've gone over today?
So,
it's been an amazing show.
Yeah, we've started with telling you guys about the end of school season for me. Then we went into hateful, negative marketing.
Yeah.
Why you should and shouldn't do it, and who's out there doing it. So we found ourselves a new troll, and we love trolls. Love to the trolls. Hashtag haters need love too.
Yeah.
And 5
White Picket
lies.
troll hunters.
We went through 5 lies that realtors like to use and say, and we debunked a few of those. We also went through 9 things you wish you knew before you got into real estate. That's for all of you entrepreneur spirits out there who are thinking about getting into real estate and maybe wish somebody would have told you the truth behind all of it. And then tip of the day, we're gonna talk to you guys. Actually, we've been doing a lot of realtor tips for the day.
Yeah.
And this may be something that if you're a realtor and you're helping investors, which I don't see why you wouldn't, you should always try to work with a few investors because they do help keep that pipeline full. But this is really for the investors themselves. And if you're a realtor and you have an investor, maybe this is something you can pass on. Now, I'm going to drop a golden nugget on you guys.
Golden nugget time.
I'm going to give you guys a golden nugget, but I can't drop the golden nugget if I can't get at least like a couple hearts and a couple like thumbs up from my viewers. So if you guys like the golden nugget for today, let us know that you're listening. Let us know that you're watching. And don't forget that you guys can drop your questions, comments, concerns, trolling, whatever it is you want down below. We're here to talk to you guys live on the air. All right, so I want to tell you guys about a deal. Actually, this will be our second deal that we're getting ready to put under contract from literally sending out a quick little note and meeting the neighbors. Now, here's what this is all about.
What's the situation?
Last year, we got a call, and it was a seller, and he said, "Hey, we know that you guys like to renovate properties. We saw some of the other ones that you've helped some other investors do in the area. Can you guys come over here and take this one off our hands?" So we went over there, went ahead and bought it, rehabbed it, fixed it up, sold it, set the record for the area. What most people didn't know is that while we were renovating that property, we sent out a quick little letter saying, "Hey, we're going to be renovating this house. Excuse our noise and our mess. In the meantime, if you guys need any help with any of your real estate, including fixing or doing anything to your house, any kind of upgrades, feel free to let us know. You can use our trades at cost." Now, we actually got a couple of calls from that.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. Now, the next
door. Wait. How did you determine who got the letters?
Oh, the 50 to 100 people right next to the house.
Okay, gotcha.
So that's who gets it. Just letting them know, hey, we're in the neighborhood.
So it wasn't just the same street.
This is what's happening in this area. This is happening with this house. Now, what happens next is we start getting calls from the neighbors. Hey, I want to do some lighting upgrades. Blah blah blah. Great. now at that point we have their contact information.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
So guess what happens every month? We get a chance to, hey, by the way, if you ever need to do this, that. So boom, right? A couple of months later, now after we've already sold the house, we get a phone call from one of the neighbors that received a letter, right, who referred us to the neighbor across the street who had inherited a home from his parents and needed to sell it immediately, close it like in a week.
Nice.
Yeah, amazing. So we ended up putting it under contract.
Okay.
Because of that little letter, we got that one, put it under contract, and it is now being renovated. It'll go up on the market in the next month or so. Now here's the other cool thing. That neighbor talked to the neighbor next door.
So the neighbor from the second house.
The neighbor from the second house talked to the neighbor next door about how awesome his experience was. And now we have a listing presentation with this neighbor next door to help her sell her house.
That's amazing.
It's really, really cool how that one little letter helped transform into basically two properties.
And how much did you spend sending out those letters, if you don't mind me asking?
Maybe $1 a letter.
Okay, so about $100.
So $100.
$100 turned into another project and a possible another listing for you.
Now, I will tell you, if I'm out at the project, or maybe like my project manager or any of my team members are out at the project doing anything, one of the things that we like to do is literally talk to the neighbors if we see them pulling up in their car, if we see them outside, or maybe you know how sometimes you kind of see the window shade do this. It's okay to go over there and introduce yourself and say, hey, this is what's going on. I sent you a letter. I hope you received it. Call me if you need anything.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden you started that conversation, and they may not need you to list their house. They may just say, hey, I just need your carpenter for whatever reason. But now you have something there.
Yeah, you can add somebody to your database.
And you've exchanged data. You have the ability to market to them, and they like you. They like you because you help them. So it's easy for them to refer you to someone else.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that's my tip for the day. Let me know if you guys liked it. Give us a quick thumbs up or a heart. Let us know that you guys are out there, and don't forget to drop comments, questions, concerns below. Let's talk about all the events that we have coming up, because some of them are really, really important, and we need all of our viewers to start putting them on their calendar and come talk to us, come hang out with us at these events.
There's actually quite a few going on in the month of May. You guys know the first week, I dubbed it Fiesta Week. We had a crab load of events going on, and then tonight we have 5:30 p.m. to 8:30. It's the Real Estate Social. That's hosted by Noble Mortgage. They're going to be doing that at Local Pour. And then next week on the 17th, Wednesday, Jet Lending and Renters Warehouse, they're having their famous investor meeting. That's at Redneck Country Club, 5:30 to 8:30 as well. And then the next day, Thursday the 18th, NAREP is actually having a really cool brunch and top producer panel. Do you want to give us a little more info on that?
So we have 3 of the top producing agents in Houston and their assistant on the stage, and what we're going to do is we're going to ask them how they have literally built their business from doing 30, 40 transactions a year to 300, 400, 500 transactions a year. And literally, we're going to give you guys the tools and the tips on how to hire the best assistant ever, because it literally starts with that first hire.
Yep.
So we're going to give that all to you guys. We're going to bring the top people to the show. If you're a member of NAREP, the event is only $10.
Nice.
Can you believe that? We're literally going to hand someone a formula on how to grow their business for $10.
Yeah, that's awesome.
If you're not a member, it's $49, but it comes with a membership. So your next event will literally be $10 as well. So great event to sign up to. That's May 18th. Also, don't forget our Legal 1 and 2.
Oh, I did forget about that. We did just sign up for that. So Legal 1 and 2, we are sponsoring this MCE with Allied Home Warranty and a few other sponsors, I believe, right?
Some great names out in the industry.
And that's on the 15th.
In fact, the person teaching the class is going to be very well-known realtor here in Houston and broker Rob Cook. Also has a radio show,
awesome.
the Real Estate Rat Pack. So he'll be actually teaching the class, and from what I hear, he is putting on a show at this class. He's a very entertaining guy.
Yeah, he is.
Love him. So it's going to be a great time for all of us to go and hang out. So we have that May 15th. We got May 18th with NAREP. What else?
NAREP, May 18th on the night, Right Path Real Estate Mixer. On the 24th, White Picket Realty Capital Concepts and BSH Home Appliance. Real Estate Investing, House Flipping 101 for Realtors. That's going to be at the Giorgetti Sales Center downtown. Not downtown. It's off of Kirby. 2992 Kirby is the address, and we're gonna have lunch cooked by a chef, and
so we're gonna have
beautiful appliances.
a chef cooking lunch for everyone. And while you guys are there, yours truly and Gibran is gonna be helping me as well with teaching you guys the ins and outs of investing in real estate. And this is for realtors only.
Yeah.
Right?
Exactly.
So if you're a realtor and you've always wondered about what it takes to go out there and flip a house, you're gonna come find out at this event. All right, that's it for us, right? Are we out of time already?
Yeah, we're done.
out.
All right, guys, thank you for joining us today at the Realty Ruckus. I am your host, Alan Hernandez. I hope you guys are out there having a great day, building your business. Don't forget to keep up your ruckus, and we'll see you next time.
This has been the Realty Ruckus. Make sure and join us every Tuesday and Friday for new episodes. Find us on YouTube and Facebook for replays of previous episodes. And as always, keep elevating yourself and keep up your ruckus. Thanks for listening. Realty Ruckus has been brought to you by Smart Pig Media Productions.